Hi, my name is Cannon Moore of Cannon Moore Law, where we help people break free from overwhelming debt and the stress that goes along with it so that they can get on with their lives. In this week's video, I'll be discussing one of the things that you must do before filing for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Sometimes when I'm meeting with potential clients about a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, I find that they haven't yet considered whether they can meet their basic minimum needs after their bankruptcy is over. You have to do this before we file. It's extremely important, and I always ask clients this during our first meeting, because if you file for bankruptcy and you can't afford to keep everything that you take with you out of your bankruptcy, then it's either not the right time for you to file, or we need to do something differently in your bankruptcy to make sure that you can afford everything that you keep with you after your bankruptcy. The reason why this is so important is because bankruptcy is giving you a fresh start. And one of the benefits of that fresh start is that all of your negative payment history for the debt that's getting discharged in bankruptcy is going to be completely wiped clean from your credit report. And if you don't already know that your payment history is an important factor in your credit history, then let me be the first to tell you that your payment history is an important factor in your credit history. So if one of the benefits that you are receiving from bankruptcy is to have your negative payment history removed from your credit report, and you start missing payments right after your bankruptcy is finished, then you're missing out on one of the really important benefits of a bankruptcy. Not to mention the impact that missing a payment right after your bankruptcy is over will have on your credit and your ability to begin rebuilding your credit. When you file for bankruptcy, you want to make sure that when your bankruptcy is over and you have your fresh start, that there's no doubt that you can protect the clean credit history that you got through bankruptcy until enough time has passed when you can start taking incremental steps to begin rebuilding your credit again. One of the things that we do for every client that we work with is have a conversation about rebuilding your credit so that you know exactly how long you should wait and what steps you can begin taking to begin rebuilding your credit again after your bankruptcy is over. Now, maybe you're hearing this and you're saying to yourself, yeah, Cannon, but how do I know what debts are going to be discharged in bankruptcy and which ones I'll have to keep? That's a great question. And what I would say to that is start by knowing exactly how much income you receive every month. If your income is the same month to month, then that's a pretty easy thing for you to do. But if your income is different each month, then you're going to want to look back over the last 6 to 12 months to come up with an average monthly income, and you'll use that number going forward. Also, if you're receiving child support or any other money each month that you could spend on yourself and your family, then go ahead and count that as part of your income. Next, you want to add up the cost of everything that you absolutely need, like a place to live, food, other basic necessities, and some form of transportation. Once you've added all that up, compare that number to your monthly income to see if you can afford it. I would also suggest that you know how much is left over. So if your needs cost, let's say, $1,000 each month, and your income is $2,000 each month, then be familiar with the fact that you have an additional $1,000 each month after you meet your needs. You'll want to know that amount when you meet with your attorney, because there may be other debts that you can't or don't want to get rid of in bankruptcy, and when your attorney asks you if you can still afford that debt, you'll know the answer to that question by knowing how much money you have left over after you meet your basic minimum needs. That'll do it for this week. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and hit the like button, and remember to also hit subscribe so that you get notifications each week when we release new content. And remember, if you're in Central Texas and you're considering filing for bankruptcy, then go ahead and give my office a call today to schedule your free initial consultation.